Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the air signs and their twin flame connection. Twins, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Twins, I hope that you're doing well. If you are unsure of what a twin flame connection is, I've included a link to Gabi Kovalenko's full-length explanation on the twin flame dynamic in the description box below. She just goes very, very in depth, and it's one of the best explanations of twin flames that I've seen on YouTube. But in a nutshell, the twin flame dynamic involves two people who share the same energetic frequency, the same energetic soul. Not everyone has a twin, and not everyone is incarnated with their twin in this lifetime. When twins meet, they usually experience just this beautiful synergy, this connection that is unlike anything else. It's intimate, it's exciting, it's intoxicating, and often the pressure builds so high that the twins have to separate because they become codependent, they become scared and afraid of being connected, because the connection is so intense that it's almost intimidating. So in that separation period between twins, which can last weeks, years, decades, that separation period is meant to allow each twin to discover their spiritual gifts, to discover their connection to spirit in general, and to find their purpose. That certainly happened to me. I am a twin flame. I was in separation from my twin for 7 years, no contact for 5, and I have recently come back into union with my twin. So I do these readings for twins in separation to help them along their journey. So many tarot readers helped me navigate this journey that I wanted to give up on so many times. It was making me crazy, and I just wanted to give up, but I always came back to self. That's the ticket, right? We'll get into it. I'm going to be using 2 decks for your reading today. The first one is going to be the overall energy from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and at the end I will read from the book. And your tarot portion of your reading will be the Tarot of Mystical Moments. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and their twin flame connection. Overall energy, please, for the air signs and their twin flame connection. Number 37, which corresponds to a 10, Wheel of Fortune card in the Major Arcana. That's quite beautiful. Divine luck, divine timing. Planet of Jupiter, represented with the Wheel of Fortune, the planet of expansion. And I always like to add protection. Jupiter is the great protector of the solar system, or of Earth at any rate. Without Jupiter's gravitational pull, Earth would be pummeled by so much space, debris. We wouldn't enjoy the beauty of what we have. I don't think we enjoy it as much as we should, but Jupiter saves us from potential catastrophe. So that's why it's associated with such a benevolent tarot card. Number 37, Never-Ending Story. So we see this fairy sitting on top of what looks like an hourglass. I'm trying to see, in the center here, there's a heart, and it has like an arrow that spins around. Some of the words: yes, no, love, Love me. Okay, it says love me in the middle, and then yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Just kind of spin the wheel. So maybe it does seem like you're going back and forth with yourself, asking yourself, is the twin flame journey real? Is this connection just a bunch of BS? Why do I feel this way about this person? You know, one day they love bomb me and I just feel like I'm on cloud 9, and the next day it's like, no, it's ghosting and games. It's BS, that's number one, but what motivates somebody to behave in this way? You know, you want to be careful that you're very clear of whether or not you're in a twin flame journey, because the terminology of twin flames kind of gets thrown around a lot and can often be used to glorify or describe a relationship that is just purely toxic and abusive in some way. That's not a twin flame. Your twin flame will never abuse you, and it's can be harrowing and it can be frustrating, but toxic, no. Ultimately, your twin is your biggest supporter. They want you to be happy. Maybe there's a part of them that hopes that they were part of that happiness too. But being part of the twin flame journey is realizing that it's not necessarily about you. You are just the catalyst for this person to up-level themselves, and your twin is your catalyst. My twin was certainly my catalyst. The motivation to release myself from the journey was what caused me to come back to it so beautifully, because it's all consuming, and you have to teach yourself these skills to kind of pry yourself away from your twin's heart and focus on your own. I can see here, right beside her is a mirror, and there's some part of her that doesn't want to look into it. Can you look in your mirror and truly love yourself? Because your twin is the mirror. Sorry, I was just having a moment of thinking about the journey. It's intense. It's intense, man. 3 cards. The first card will be your card. The second card will be your twins. The third one will be the connection. I'm only taking uprights in this reading. Feel free to switch your energy with the section for your twins if you feel as though you identify more with that. Thank you. One more. Okay. So 6 cards out on the table, your energy. Number 9, corresponding to the Hermit card of the Major Arcana of the Tarot, Virgo. It's a sense that you absolutely are well aware and fully entrenched in this journey and in the journey back to yourself. The Hermit card asks us to put ourselves in a space of isolation and quiet contemplation in order for us to see clearly what have been our stumbling blocks, our roadblocks to loving ourselves, to our success, to our connections with other people, not just our twin, but everybody. How do we relate to people? You know, like, are you always somebody who pushes people away? Are you a people pleaser? Are you somebody who finds self-worth in giving to others? Are you somebody who is a lone wolf that just wants to strike out on your own all the time. Looking at all these ways that we relate to others, and you can almost only do it truly when you're by yourself. It's like clearing your energetic space to make room for those downloads, those revelations. It's interesting. I'm so blessed, right? Because I have a lot of really close, good friends. But throughout my separation from my twin, I actually learned to truly love doing things by myself. Not to say I don't hang out with friends, but kind of taking myself out to dinner or lunch, going to the museum by myself. It's about this acceptance of being in your own skin and being in your own company and being completely content with that. It's not easy. It took me years to be comfortable with that. I do things by myself all the time, but to be in public spaces by yourself can sometimes be intimidating for people. And there was a part of me that knew that it was important for me to get into the habit of not stopping myself from doing something just because I was alone. And there's these revelations about yourself, whatever they may be, that you are, see how this hermit is kind of, it's got the light, but the light is on this, like the end of a fishing pole. It's like you're fishing for information, but it's from this like subconscious place, the watery depths. It's your subconscious, where you're discovering all of these beautiful, perhaps gifts that you have, spiritual gifts, other kinds of gifts that maybe have never had a chance to really come to fruition because you focused all of your time and attention elsewhere. So now I feel like you're taking back some of that intention outwardly and turning it back to the self. And when you do that, Spirit brings you brand new opportunities, possibilities. Ace of Pentacles, all the aces in the tarot are handed to you from Spirit. Spirit giving you the seeds and you saying, you know what, today's the day that I'm going to go into the garden and I'm going to plant these seeds. There is no time like the present. There's something really beautiful about your energy, air signs, where you are just cultivating. I feel as though, but it's quietly. Lots of behind the scenes, not a lot of fanfare. You're not looking for big splashes. I feel as though you're very concerned with incremental growth. What are you building? I'm curious. Ace of Pentacles, please. Can I have a clarifier for an Ace of Pentacles for the air signs? Three of Wands. The braids, whenever you see braids in tarot imagery, it also represents good fortune. The threes bring about this sense of bringing things together, kind of collaborative energies. But the Three of Wands talks about being in a place of waiting, that we are waiting to set sail, waiting to put our ship in the water, waiting for the perfect moment. The issue with that, you know, because these kind of mirror one another, don't they? Kind of up on high. These ships are already in the water and we're just looking to perhaps add our contribution. Because it's almost like your twin spirit, yourself, kind of wondering, when is the right time? I mean, never-ending story here. It's kind of like, I want to say again, no time like the present. Because if you don't eventually make a choice about something, you're just going to be going in this infinite loop. And you're going to be in a state of, okay, there's possibility to do all these things, but time may pass and you still haven't done those things. No time like the present, air signs. It's a real strong, it's a strong energy that I'm getting of Spirit telling you to act. Don't just think, act. What's your person doing? 8 of Cups. First of all, I love this card because it's so, like, I love the ladybug. Her dress is a ladybug. Ladybugs can often represent passed away loved ones. So I always see this card as just like your loved ones blessing you on your journey, because the 8 of Cups talks about walking away from something that does not fulfill you. This is your twin's energy. So your twin might have sometime in your connection might have been the one to walk away from you. Maybe you both walked away from each other, but I feel as though your twin is the one doing the walking right now. If you are in separation, maybe they were the initiator. Doesn't have to be though. They're just the one that is kind of off to find themselves. That's what I feel like. Your twin has gone off to find themselves. They have been met with some internal resistance. 5 of Wands. This card always talks to me about the sense that we're just constantly internally grappling with ourselves and our own decision making. Like wanting to act, but just balking and second guessing constantly. So I think your twin has been through this scenario where they know they want to move, they can't stay here anymore, it's not working out for them. But when they do try to move, it's like responsibilities and bills and soul tribe members and job and whatever. It's like there's a little bit of a hurdle to your twin really kind of moving in the direction that they want to move into. Get a clarifier. For your twin's energy. King of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Hold on. Spirit wants me to pull another card. Thank you. Because the deck was slipping out of my hands and it was like, you're not, Spirit kind of wanted to tell me you're not done pulling cards. So another card flipped out. Beautiful energy for your twin. King of Pentacles. And the 9 of Cups. So why do we move through the 8 of Cups and want to walk away from 8 full cups? Because somewhere, somehow, we know there's more out there for us. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Understanding that we're capable of more. Whether that's more fulfilling relationships, more abundance, more recognition, more something. We're meant for more, which is never, ever about taking from someone else. We all have the capability to experience abundance. It's just about finding those opportunities and taking advantage of them. Easier said than done. But I see your twin is trying to do it. They're trying to up-level themselves very actively. And the thing about it is, they may be deliberating and contemplating their very next move, but they've already achieved this. King of Pentacles. It's like the top of the top in terms of the earth element. They do have an abundance of finances, resources, stability, friendship, good health. That's the Pentacles energy. So it's not to say, oh, like your twin is loaded or anything like that. They have a lot of abundance that they themselves would recognize. But it's this next step that feels like it has to be a little bit more calculated. Your twin may be somebody who kind of goes with the flow and is a little bit of a free spirit. And now they're feeling like, no, I actually have to take calculated steps and calculated moves. That might not be something in their wheelhouse. So in a way, you are mirroring each other. Trying to figure out when you're going to make your next move. Trying to figure out when you're going to put your boat in the water. For the connection, it's pretty intense. Number 4 of the major arcana, the Emperor. Aries energy. The power of all 4 kings of the tarot. Both you and your twin, very much a sense about the both of you that when your energies come together, there's this intense ability to manifest and make things happen. I feel both of you, and that maybe that could be part of the issue. Maybe both of you sit a little too long in your divine masculine energy, and one of you, it's in a way it's not balanced, because if somebody's not sitting in their divine feminine, no one is open to receive. They're just going and getting, but no one is there. It's like, who are you giving all of that to? You're amassing your empire, but then who are you giving it to? Right? Who are you sharing it with? And both you and your twin might be really trying to embody not just the Emperor, but the Empress. To be in a space of receptivity. I do see a lot of action taking, not as much receptivity. Although the effort is there to be receptive, wanting to accept abundance in an emotional sense, something that speaks to my heart. Clarifying the connection. A very interesting 9 of Swords. So it's the sense that, especially with this particular 9 of Swords, eyes are watching, people are looking at what you're doing. Could be causing you a little bit of trepidation with sharing, I want to say. Like maybe you have a lot of ideas and you've just been up in your head about it, and there's this hesitation of you wanting to share it with people, because it's almost like these look like eyes of judgment. What are people going to say? I would really encourage you not to let it stop you, because you're on the path to embodying this. There will be, the higher you kind of rise up in the ranks, the more eyes that will be looking at you. Sure, I think you're, well, as an air sign, you're completely up to that challenge. I'm going to card of advice from Spirit for the connection. High Priestess, 2 of Swords. Okay, so it's interesting because the 2 of Swords, the eyes are traditionally covered, blind, and in the High Priestess, which is the number 2 of the major arcana, she's mute. And Spirit wants me to point that out. Well, number 1, it's almost like because the eyes are covered, maybe the ears are perked up or the taste buds are tingling. When one of our senses is muted or disabled in some way, other senses become stronger. So there's this sense that something in you, another aspect of your personality, is becoming more refined. And I dare say that Spirit is saying that it is your intuition. Here the ship is on the water again. Now it's on the water. We're not thinking about putting it on the water. It's on the water now. Spirit is highly encouraging you to use your other senses And one of those senses might be a spiritual one, a clairvoyancy, a claircognizance, clairsentience, psychic ability, intuition. That may seem strange to you as an air sign. It doesn't hurt to try. You don't have to tell anybody. To try and tap into what your spidey senses, your third eye is telling you. I'm going to read from the book, Never Ending Story. Self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection, humiliation, self-loathing, and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable, and easily soothed. So it's this message that feels a little bit like a cautionary warning that you can have, do, or be anything you want. But as long as you are not comfortable with looking at your own greatness, it will hold you back. Because I see holding back here, holding back here, holding back here. So just keep that in mind. Anytime that there's some doubt that crops up in your head, name it. It's a meditation technique. Name it and just say, that's a fear. That's a fearful voice talking, but it's not my voice. And try your best to acknowledge it and let it go. That's your reading, twins. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, twins.